Welcome back to the show, everybody. Lupinranger versus Patranger number 17. Secret feelings. That what this episode was about, but not really. As I will explain all the secret feelings about a piano and a record player. I don't really get it. But yo, welcome back to the show, everybody. Yo, Lupinranger versus Patranger number 17. Secret feelings. Though it feel good to be back in the mix, man. It's been a while since I've sat down to review some Sentai, but we gotta get it working. I gotta get my seat good, gotta sit up and get ready, man. Get my collar right, cause yo, man, I'm ready to get back into this Sentai something first. I know what's going on in the show right now by accident, so at this point, it's time to play a little catch up. It's time to play a catch up with a couple other shows around here on the channel, but we gonna get to it. But yo, secret feelings, right? Let's talk about this episode for real, because there is a lot that's going on that's important, and trying to convey what it was that I feel is important is going to be the key to the review. Because let's try this, right? We have a big thing going on that mainly this is about Keiichiro. That if this episode's job was to make Keiichiro feel a little bit human and a little less robotic, then the show succeeded. I'm not saying that Keiichiro is walking around like, Prime Directive, I am Keiichiro Cop, Sentai, bang, bang, bang. No, I'm not saying that. It's just that all we've seen from Keiichiro is his burning passion to get the job done, to bring police, destroy the gondolas, blah, blah, blah. The only, we've seen little human moments from him. Like the showdown between him and Kairi. Like the episode where he cross-dressed, where he had some fun with it. Even though he was in a situation and had fun with it. And, you know, things like that. But this right here, Secret Feelings, this is an episode that really gave a dimension to Keiichiro. Because it fully solidifies who he is as a character. Because, see, the beginning of this episode, I'm just sitting up here just like, and I'm just like, you can't be this dense. And then after the 2 seconds, I figured out that he can't be this dense. Second number 3, like, I realized instantly what was going on, because I had to remember the character that I'm watching in the show that I'm watching. We learned ultimately in this episode that he understood, respected Mana's feelings, even wants to return them. But because the world is still in chaos and the world needs the police, I can't have both. This isn't the first Sentai character in history to choose the job over love, and he won't be the last character. But the way that they set up her and make all of that feel human, that all of that between his interactions with Mana and her interactions with him, about how they're nervous and they're dancing around each other, about feelings. Here's some flowers. Hey, you want a record? And they doing all this whole episode, especially that part where they sat down with Tsukasa and Umika, got them in the room. And I meant, not Tsukasa, I meant Sakia. I'm tripping. Sakia was in there. Tsukasa was, you know, dreaming about bears or something. We'll talk about dreams later. But they were sitting there trying to force them together. And it's like, that's when you really understand that was just that awkward moment of when two people are like really tense around each other and trying to feel and dance and do all that. It's like, it was something nice to see, because it again opens up Keiichiro as a character. And that's what you really need, because again, we've talked about this a lot as I reviewed this season so far, about how important relationships are. Because of the nature of this show, relationships between people on your same squad, people on the other side, and people on the other side of the other side, and how those relationships work. Now, this is not saying that the show might not bring Mana back from Austria later on, and that at the end of the episode, like, oh, it's good to see you again. I'm not a cop anymore. You want to do it? Yeah, let's do it. And then do that, if that's what they want to do. Again, we could talk about Umika and Tsukasa. I mean, okay, see, I'm getting my people confused. Umika, Sakuya, bang, bang, bang. See, I gotta remember that. See, it's hard. See, that's how you know I'm rusty. It's been a while. I'm confusing my pinks and greens right now. So, Umika, Sakuya, bonk, 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 like that. That's been the ship that this show has tried to push. Even though it is really one-sided, you ultimately know Umika gonna come around to Sakuya's charms. You already know what it is. And I'm like, you already know what's gonna happen. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just interesting to see that and even if it don't, it's something fun, but ultimately it's gonna be the episode where Sakia mans up, finds mad respect for himself, does something dumb, and Umika's like, "Oh, Sakia," and all that old stuff. So that's happening. See, so at the end of the episode is that you get all of this comes out about his true feelings of, yeah, I like her, but the job come first, and I just hope that Mana respects my decision, and she does, because she looked at the thing and just went, "Thumbs up, soldier! Captain America wins!" or something. I should play some Marvel's Capcom. Regardless of that, is that ultimately that the mutual respect of that you like someone, they like you back, but just right now it's not gonna work. I really think that was a nice way to leave it. So just in case they want to slide that back in there later on and do something with it that is open ended and it wasn't this closed book. The thing was, through all of this, I think my girl Umika might have tripped up. Because see, we back on this again, because I'm trying to think, how many times has the show done this? I'm not really sure. Not really sure how many times the show has done at this juncture. We think the people we go eat our pastry at are the robbers, while we are the cops. Like the last time they really tried to do this, thanks to Kogure and some hike shoes, they was able to get away with it. But I don't know. My thing is that I don't know if the show should be ready at this point to cash their chips in on the police knowing who the robbers are. Because that's a thing, and it's a big, humongous thing of when you ready to cash those chips in on trying to push that part of the narrative forward, you have to be ready to do something right there. And being, even though where the show is now currently, even though I'm behind and I know what's going on, is I don't think the show is really, even at this point, gonna really push all the chips in and being like, yo, the cops know who the robbers are. That's level in-game stuff. And even though that lately, because of what Sentai is doing, like a lot of stuff that's mid-game, in-game stuff happened early, I really don't think that you really cash the chips in on the cops knowing who the robbers are at this point. I just don't think you do. It'll be an interesting next couple of episodes leading up to where the show is now currently, and I know that little secret, that I don't know how much that has to do with this, but it should be interesting to see that dynamic in play. So there's that. One more thing in my uncle voice before we get up out of here. Destra, Zamigo, the same room. You have information that you gave to me. This should get interesting. That was the most interesting part of this episode. I'm not saying that everything that this episode was, humming songs in dream worlds, setting each other free with gunshots, wasn't fun. While that was nice and that was great, a lot of it to me feel like the setup for the last 30 seconds of the episode, because that was a lot more compelling to me, pushing the narrative forward, than setting up Keiichiro as non-RoboCop Sentai guy. And I'm just being 100. It's like, sometimes, because Sentai is what it is, you get these fluff episodes where the job of the episode is to pass time, is to get the characters leveled up, and I mean leveled up story-wise, and trying to forward the characters, like this episode where in the many slice of life things that can happen while being Sentai. So you know what it is with that. I want to know what's up with this Destra and Zamigo thing. I want to know. Because, see, that's the side of the plot that don't get much play. So, when things like two gangsters get in the same room, like, yo, let's swap stories, cuz I'm interested to see whatever it is you've got to say. So, it is what it is with that. Yo, that's an episode. Like, it ain't gonna get no much from me because, again, like I said, the episode done its job on multiple levels. We've established Keiichiro as a human with feelings, and Zamigo and Destra in the same room, and oh god, it's about to get grummy. Really, 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 really scrummy. It's about to get dumb. So, as I sit here and try to get caught up, watch more episodes, this is gonna be good. But regardless of that, yo, we got more show for you right after these commercial messages. So sit back, chill, relax, man. I got your whole weekend on lock. So, you be back here after these commercial messages. Bang, bang, bang. You're damn right it's a showdown. See you on the other side of these commercial messages. Ciao!